Hello everyone! So today I'm going to be talking about cleaning your brushes, why it's important to clean your brushes, my favorite brushes, my whole cleaning routine, and some random other things that I keep in my brush bag and always have with me. So my top brushes that go everywhere with me, along with the top products that I use. So first off, we're going to start with my holy grail brushes. I cannot do my face without them. I cannot do my makeup without them. I cannot function if they're not in my life. Plain and simple, because they are really inexpensive. First off, this little bad boy is the Real Techniques setting brush. It's just kind of a triangular shape almost, and it fits really nice in the under eye for like powder, and I put it everywhere. I also use this for my base shadow color, just kind of get that on there. Next we have the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I use this for my foundation. Just pat that bad boy and buff it all over my face. And these brushes clean really well. These are really dirty right now. My next favorite brush is the Sephora Pro Flawless Bronzer Precision number 46. That's all you need to know. Sephora number 46. Looks like this little guy. It's got a rounded top. And for contour, I have the Nars Ita brush. There's a lot of hype around this brush, and it is pretty expensive, but it's amazing for contour. I use it for my nose contour and my cheekbones, and then if I need any more I might rub it on my jawline, but it just fits so nicely in my cheekbones and then on the side of my nose, so it's great. Then I have this, my blush brush, and it's nice and fluffy, pretty good size. Like, I have kind of a weird cheek shape, and I find that when I smile, probably look really stupid doing this right now, it just fits so well to get my blush on, so it's pretty awesome. It is Face ID. I don't really know, it's pretty old and on two eyes. We're going to talk about basically the best brush I have ever. I can't do my makeup without it. I can't live without it. Sometimes I even use it for my nose contour. But it is this little guy from Smashbox. It came in a palette. Don't know which palette exactly. I'll have to go look in my drawer. It's just so nice for my crease. Crease brushes though are pretty straightforward. Like, you just want something nice like this to be able to get the base color on as far as your transition shade and then maybe your crease color. I think this brush is tied with that crease brush, that blending brush, because this little guy, it is the Kay Eye Crease brush. It's a dome brush, but it's a little longer, and it's so nice and fluffy. It's stiffer, but it's really flexible still, and it's really nice. So after I go in with my transition shade with this guy, I'll take the next shade that's maybe a little bit darker and just add that into just my crease, or even after, once I add a darker color, to blend everything back together. You know, actually, all of these brushes I have a really hard time doing my makeup without, and these eye brushes are just so great. But this little guy is from Mirabella, which I think is from Fred Meyer. Not 100%. It was really inexpensive, I know that, and I'm pretty sure it came in a set. But it's just a nice little tiny dome brush. Pretty small, still pretty flexible. It's not very stiff, but this is really great for taking outer V color and just adding it to the very outside of your eye. I usually don't blend with this brush so much as just put the product on and then blend it out. I have my Real Techniques shading brush. It looks like this. This little guy, he has a lot of purposes. because he can do this a similar job to this. Lately, I've been using this brush for my inner corner highlight. I can spray it with Fix Plus, dip it in whatever shade I want, and just really pack that pigment in there. But I have also used this for the lower lash line, for dark colors on the lower lash line as well. My holy grail eyeliner brush. So far, it has been a life-changing brush as far as my eyeliner. I did just purchase a Tarte liner brush, but I haven't tried it yet. Liner as well from Tarte to try that, so let me know if you guys want to see a review on that. I can put that below, maybe a first impressions, because I've never used those products. I know I'm kind of late on that one. The MAC 283, 263, I can't quite tell, it's rubbed off, but it is very, very sharp and crisp. Very, very amazing for liner. It's pretty stiff, and I do find that when I use it in gel liner, I do need to clean it after almost every use, just because with how stiff it is, the gel liner tends to harden on it, and then it's really hard to get a good line because it gets so crispy, and no one wants that at all. Moving on from the eyes to my eyebrows. And I have actually used this brush for eyeliner before, and so this is a good alternative for the MAC brush. You can see just how similar they are. This does give you really nice eyeliner as well. This is the Anastasia brush. It's got a little spoolie on the end and the pointy end, angled end. It's really nice, pretty stiff. The writing wore off of that. But if you go to any Anastasia area, I'm sure they would be able to tell you exactly which brush this is if you asked. The next product I cannot live without in my makeup bag that is kind of a brush. It's just a mascara wand. I always have at least one or two in my makeup bag, and I prefer the ones that are a little more stiff and dense. And I just use those to brush through my eyebrows. Depending on what lashes, I might use them to brush through my eyelashes. And I do wash these. So like this wand I have had for probably quite a long time, and it's finally starting to really kind of soften up. So it's definitely on the end of its life, but you can also pick them up at just any makeup counter. Lastly, as far as makeup brushes, if you want to call them that, I have my beauty blender. The good things about the Real Techniques one, I do want to try that one. I haven't repurchased a beauty blender in so long, and I had a pretty good stockpile of them for a while, so I think I'll be set for a bit of time. But I do clean mine weekly, if not more than that. I tend to rotate through them, but I use this for my concealer. I use this after I apply my foundation. I might dab over to kind of suck up any excess product. And on to tools in my makeup bag. You should have something like this in your makeup bag. First off, we have a hair tie. I have one on my wrist. This one looks a lot prettier than this guy. But they're just elastics. I got these at Nordstrom. It was like a pack of like 4 or something. But they're really gentle on your hair because it's elastic and because they stretch so much. And it's just, I have a lot of issues with my hair falling out, so I always have one of those in my makeup bag. Next, we have hair scissors. I think they're just from Sally's or something. They're not actual like cutting shears, but I do use these to trim my eyebrows. So I always have these because you never know what's going to go on with your eyebrows. I also keep a pair of nail clippers in my makeup bag. Always a good thing to have because really, again, you don't know what you may need to do. You don't know. Like if you're on vacation, you may need some nail clippers. If you brought your makeup bag to work, what if you chip a nail or whatever? You might need them. Also, if you don't have this in your bag, I might find you and slap you. A pair of tweezers. I also always keep a contact case. I do wear contacts. My colored contacts are not just for show. I do need glasses, so there's that little fun fact. Now, on to the importance of cleaning your brushes. So, Like I said, with my personal brushes, I tend to clean them about every 2 weeks, but I also don't wear makeup every day. Sometimes I may push it a little longer, just depending on how often I'm using my brushes, but it is really important to clean them. It makes them last longer, especially if you're doing the cleaning routine I show. I also spot clean my brushes throughout a makeup look, but cleaning your brushes will kill any bacteria growing in there, especially with like the sponges. That's gross. Sponges carry so much germs in them. I don't clean it with the same thing I clean my brushes. I do use the actual Beauty Blender cleaner for it because I find it gets the product out from deep inside the blender easiest and the best, and it looks brand new after I clean it. But when you're cleaning them, it gets rid of germs. If you share your makeup brushes at all, which I don't recommend, it's really important to be cleaning them because you never know what type of bacteria has gotten into your brushes. They go on your face, they get your face oils in them. It's just gross. Just be cleaning them. As far as my client brushes, I clean those after every use. Every single use, they get cleaned with 99% alcohol and 70% alcohol to clean and kill all the germs in them. I also do the regular routine that I do on my brushes about once a week, and I use just a drugstore brand shampoo and conditioner. I have the big jumbo sizes of them, so they last a pretty long time, and I do use a lot of it at a time. I have a moisturizing shampoo, I believe it's Tresemme. It really softens up my brushes and brings life back to them after each wash. So that's why I do use those products versus just like dish soap, which also works. And with my client brushes, I tend to use dish soap and not the shampoo and conditioner every single time I'm doing a major wash with them, just because they don't always need the shampoo and conditioner. But with my personal brushes, because I don't wash them quite as often as my client brushes, I do tend to do that with them. It's a really nice deep clean, and it does just soften them back up and make them feel brand new again. And I hope you guys learned something new and enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Okay, so here we go. First I start with my beauty brush egg thing and my Tresemme conditioner. This is the moisturizing conditioner, and I just scrub my brushes into the ridges and texture on the brush egg, and it really gets deep and gets all of the product out. I do this with each brush, wet it down, scrub it in the brush egg, and then set it to side for when I come back with conditioner. And I do also scrub the spoolie side of my eyebrow brush, just in case you didn't catch that. And once all of my brushes have been shampooed, I take my conditioner, I put that just in my hand, and I slop that on my brushes and let them sit. You really want to make sure on this step you're getting all of the product in your brushes. You're putting a lot of conditioner on there because this is going to give you the really nice result after, where they're super, super soft and just amazing. Once they all have conditioner, I lay them on a towel and let them sit. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.